Another phenomenon we might be familiar with is the Anglocentrism of large language models. Typically, let's not forget, the largest market models available to us on commercial and personal bases are trained largely or even sometimes exclusively on English language inputs. This, as you may expect, presents a range of challenges, and there's nobody more suited to take us through those and present today on that very topic. The title of our talk is Empowering Enterprises with Arabic AI, Building Smarter LLMs and SLMs to Overcome Regional Challenges in Modeling. I'm delighted to welcome to the stage Nour Hassan, who is the founder and CEO of Tarjama. She has a passion for empowering women in technology, and she was responsible for building the first Arabic machine translation engine. So, an excellent speaker and a fascinating topic. Nour, please join us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's an absolute pleasure to be talking to you all today about Pronoia. So I'm the founder and CEO of Tarjama. Tarjama is the largest, maybe, translation company in the Middle East. We've been around for 16 years, building a series of technologies. And I'll do just a quick introduction to you. So we operate in 7 markets across the region, and recently we're going global. We serve more than 600, 700 recurring customers. We sit on wealth of data that we've been accumulating over years. And we've built a series of technologies that I'm going to walk you through now to tell you a little bit how did we actually land on the journey of fine-tuning large language models, and why did we decide to do that. So first, when we decided we want to automate the journey of the customer in Tarjama, we decided to look internally on what do we use as tools to enhance the workflow for translation. So we launched the first translation management system, which is Cleverso. It's the only TMS built out of the Middle East. And of course, it has an interface in Arabic. And inside that, we've fine-tuned and built our own machine translation engine, NLP, machine translation engine, which is called AMT. That was 2 years before, actually, we started venturing in the LLM world. And of course, to complement the story, we have built our own marketplace for freelancers where we have annotators, labelers, translators, copywriters called youread.com. And with that as well, we added an interface. How do we automate the journey with the customer? Instead of sending emails, you can integrate, interact with us using the portal where you can upload a document, get the document immediately analyzed. It gives you immediately number of words, unique, repetition matches, cost. You can get, even if you start being a customer, it gives you a statement of account. You don't need to interact with us in the back office to get all of these. So this took us into early 2023 when LLMs came to life. We've been experimenting with large language models since then to see how do we benefit and how do we compare large language model translation compared to machine translation engines, and how do we get better outcomes. So when you use the likes of OpenAI or like ChatGPT or any of these LLMs for translation, you'll immediately feel that fluency and context sounds better than machine translation engines. Despite machine translation engines being most cost efficient and faster, the LLM gives you that context and fluency much more than just like illiterate kind of translation. So we decided, of course, we cannot as a company build an LLM from scratch, and there's no need because there are great models out there that billions of dollars been spent on them. So we chose 15 models that we trained and kept like fine-tuning to get the best 3 outcomes. And we have now in the company launched 2 months ago Pronoia. And by the way, the name is interesting. The name means the opposite of paranoia. It's technically when the world conspire to help you achieve the impossible, and that's the meaning of the name. And we actually bought the domain Arabic.ai, and we're going to launch the agent on top of our LLM very soon. And I'll explain a little bit about Pronoia and the capabilities. So Pronoia is our fine-tuned large language model. It gives you almost human-level translation in certain domains. It's not conversational. It is MSA, Modern Standard Arabic. So it is for enterprise use in certain domains, which is the legal, finance, medical, government, consulting, that type of space. We're adding to it more tasks. So first we launched the translation, and now we're adding the Q&A, so you can chat to your document when you're using it. You'll be able to summarize through it. It gives you review, so if you give it a contract, it can give you the mistakes in that contract. And post that, we recently launched actually our agent on top of it. So if I just want to talk to you a little bit about why did we decide to do a fine-tuning, and why do we feel like we're capable of doing this? So we've been in this industry for 16 years. We sit on great wealth of data that is parallel data, which everybody is in this space knows how valuable it is to have the English opposite to the Arabic of very high quality. And in the talk behind, like the one that was just like before me, he just mentioned the importance of data and the secrecy of data. And I think this is going to be the new topic. Like everybody talks about data being the new gold or being the new oil. And it's the importance of high quality data when you want to fine tune a model, and how do you feed your model with high quality data to get great results. So our 7B model, so we have 3 models, 7B, 14B, and 32B. We've done the models in a very cost-efficient way. So you'll be able to run them on small infrastructure of GPUs, which will allow you to have your data security. We can actually customize the model to specific needs for customers in specific domains as well. So we have like we tailor them according to the skill. We felt like when we started engaging with our customers, there's always a need. Like, how do we get translators' ability to use the LLMs in a way where it helps them from spending lots of time on search, on like looking for a certain terminology. So we cover all of that. Having said that, we do still believe the element of marrying the human with the AI. So lots of our customers use the LLM, but still have editors to edit if they want like a flawless level of a documentation. We keep benchmarking against large language models like OpenAI and others on the translation. And on the human evaluation, we're getting actually 94% accuracy level. And this varies, of course, from one topic to the other. This solution is now embedded in our Cleverso in the TMS. So when we give translators the translation tool, we give the translators either to use machine translation AMT, or if the client is like ready to have a GPU's different infrastructure, they can use actually our LLM within, or they can actually call API on our cloud. That's available as well for customers. What we have done when we actually built our LLM, we solved lots of problems. So we solved the tokenization, we solved precision, which is really like a big topic. And everybody that's building in Arabic knows that even when you want to build drags in Arabic, there's a certain way to do them. And we have been experimenting to overcome all of these. And our tools are going to be all available soon on the platform for customers to even use them. So clients that want to build their own, we will give them a toolkit that we have built eventually that they can use. And then this is like these are the key features of our LLM. So we focused a lot on accuracy in comparison to others. How do we make our models not expensive, customizable? So you can use the 7B, as I said before. You can optimize the infrastructure in a way that allows a small company to run a fine-tuned LLM, not with a lot of cost. We will come soon to add more tasks to it. So the few tasks that we've done, which is the chat your document, summarize it, Q&A, are already done. Now we're looking at how do we work on generative AI, like how can we do generation of content as well from this model, which is a more complex task that we're working on. And as everybody knows, Arabic is a complex language that has as well dialect, grammatical nuances that needs to be tackled. Of course, bias, culture, we take all of these into consideration when we're actually training our model. So the model is quite flexible and the deployment is easy. It's industry specific. So as I mentioned before, this is not for conversation. This is technically for enterprise customers that are in business domain that needs to work on translation. And that's all. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me.
Thank you very much. That's fantastic. Thank you, Nour.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks.
So, folks, a really interesting project and one that I hope will resonate with the audience here. It's often the case that the types of models and the tools that we use are occidentally biased. So this is a really interesting challenge that you've chosen to solve. Before we go, and sorry, if you could think of your questions now and then put up your hands, we'll get someone with a roving mic to come to you. I think I saw a hand up there. We'll come to you first. Before we move on, I'm personally really curious to find out what were the kinds of mistakes or challenges that you saw unfine-tuned or untrained models creating specifically when it came to Arabic that kind of inspired you to say, hey, there's something wrong with the way these models are working. They don't work for us. This is a problem I want to solve.
So I would lie if I say that in comparison to great models that spent billions of dollars on, they're not improving. So when ChatGPT 3 was launched versus ChatGPT today, there's a massive improvement in the model itself, right? Because you keep like improving prompts, improving reasoning. Now they're working on reasoning. So there are definitely complex things that are working. Now, when it comes to translation in specific or even content generation, the problem is not the model itself. It is the data that it's fed in it. So what kind of data do large language models use? It's open source data that's available on the net.
Okay.
It's either data sets that they can buy and accessible, which everybody has. The problem is the quality of that data. There's a lot of work that needs to be done to improve the quality of this data before you feed it into a model.
Right.
And that's the issue. Like as they say, like garbage in, garbage out. And that's the problem. You have to keep like improving.
Yeah.
And you need to do lots of annotation, labeling. Lots of work has to come.
Human driven.
Exactly.
Yeah. Excellent. And it really dovetails nicely with one of the topics of the previous conversation, which was the degenerative cycle that generative AI in if we don't pay attention to the quality of the inputs and the human review necessary to refine them. So I'm sure there's going to be lots of questions. Really interesting topic. I love the fact that you've specified this is for enterprise customers rather than conversational. I've always felt that enterprise was the gold standard to achieve. So it's great that you've set yourself that goal. So we have our first question. Do we have a roving mic? This gentleman had his hand up first. We will come to others. And then you, sir.
Thank you so much. So you mentioned your model excelling on the human evaluation. Have you done any automated benchmarks? And if yes, what kind of metrics work the best for you in this use case? Knowing that all metrics kind of are not great for translation.
No, actually, the problem is when it's machine translation, we used to do blue scoring, as you know. blue scoring doesn't work on LLMs. And when people say, please give us a blue score, we laugh. We give it to them, but we know that this is not accurate. This is why we always opt to human, and we do multiple tests. Like we've done LLM evaluation to LLM evaluation as well, where we actually give that kind of results. We've went to global players in the space to ask them, like how LLMs use like Hugging Face and others to launch their results. We're working on something like that. We've done something, I can't remember, don't quote me, I'm not technical. I think it's called Comet scoring. We've done that as well. But we always feel, if we want to be truthful to ourselves, the human evaluation is the best evaluation we get. So we've done many, but yeah, so we'll launch something very soon. We'll actually be launching a paper about the LLM very soon, and the scoring that we've done and the metrics between the automatic evaluations or the LLM's models evaluations versus the human.
Excellent. So it sounds like you're going to get the answers you need, but you'll have to wait just a little bit longer until it's published. We have a gentleman in the back row, and then I'll come to you, sir.
Yes, thank you for this good presentation. I want to ask, is in your roadmap or in your plans any thinking of translating the videos or audios for media support?
Yeah. Actually, thanks for mentioning this. I forgot to mention that we have actually a tool called FastScribe. It was probably mentioned in the product list, which gives you speech to text and text to speech, and it does the transcription for the video and then build the SRT file automatically. And that covers 100 language pair, including 22 dialects in Arabic. So we have done a fine-tuning for a model that's known, Whisper, and we've fed it with lots of high-quality data, and it's already available. We use it internally a lot because we do actually, we acquired the largest company that does dubbing and subtitling in the EMENA region 3 years ago.
Well, we are still searching for a question for which she doesn't have a thorough and excellent response. So let's turn to our third question. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Hassan from Orion. I wonder, how do you monetize this 7B, 14B model? What is your monetizing plan?
Yes. So we already monetize with clients through APIs. It depends on number of like tokens they spend or characters. There's a model as well where they buy a subscription. So you can subscribe an individual subscription or an enterprise subscription, and it has already different packages with different prices. That's going to be on the website very soon. We have not launched it yet for customers. So any clients that's using our Pronoia, they're using it just to test. So they call the API directly and test it. Or we give them a link where they can actually upload the documents manually, like automatically. But soon the product will be ready to launch, and it'll have 4 buckets: free version, which gives you a limit, a daily limit, and then an individual license with a very small amount of money that you pay monthly. And then if you need more features, let's say you want to upload a document, you want the document to flip, you need to benefit from the PDF, all these come at a certain price with number of words or characters that you can use. And then an enterprise where if you want it on your private cloud, then we have a different discussion. On the machine translation, there are already online, you can use it for free up to a certain limit, and you can subscribe immediately.
Excellent. So, folks, unfortunately, we are out of time. Just want to thank you for 2 things, in fact. The first, Pronoia, the sneaking suspicion that the world is conspiring to help you. Absolutely love that name. And secondly, to thank you for your talk. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.